Yeah, I just got some interesting news. I applied to one of those Instagram, hey, tag a friend, follow, this and that for MyProteinUSA, who is the new sponsor for HYROX. Good morning, good morning. So, don't have my mic, but running out the door. Little one woke up, so we're running 5-10 minutes behind schedule. So that just means you gotta pick up the tempo a little bit today. We have the first tempo run back since HYROX, which have been kind of doing easy runs since then. Just kind of letting my body recover and fighting through just the mental fatigue of not really wanting to, get back on the train. So we're getting back after it today. The goal is to hold a 7:45 to an 8-minute per mile pace for about 2 miles with a 2-mile warm up and a 1.5 mile cool down. We're gonna warm up and get into it.
this stuff is the way to go. Just released. Definitely worth trying out. We'll talk about it later. So the AquaTrue is our new water upgrade from the zero water filters that we were using before, because the water here in, I don't know if it's just Boynton or Delray or South Florida in general, is not great. Zero water filter, every time we would do that, there would be like black sediment in the water itself. So we picked up this bad boy on sale for like 300 bucks. So a little pricey, but it's got 3 different filters in it that like completely filters conditions and strips the water. And then we go ahead and put some of the trace minerals back in the water because, again, it strips it clean. So if you need water filters or a cleaning system, I think this is called reverse osmosis. My wife knows more, but yeah. So now we'll actually start up the video. Welcome back. So back into the day in the life of a firefighter stuff. We are on the way to the shift now. Knocked out my it was supposed to be 5.5 miles, but knocked out my 5-mile run this morning. It was a tempo run, starting with 2 miles in the beginning, like I had mentioned, just easy, supposed to be an easy warm up. I kind of just went out at a quick tempo and just tried to push it. You know, after HYROX, took a week off of running, just kind of lifted. Last week I did 1 or 2 5-mile runs, and now this morning, you know, kind of getting back into the swing of things, starting off before shift this morning with a tempo run. So my overall average pace, it took me about 41 minutes or something like that to complete the entire 5 miles with an average pace of 8:17. Overall average pace on that is like 30 seconds. I was just thinking about it, faster than my original, not even my original, my time probably at the beginning of the year, which was probably closer to an 8:45. But even better, my 2-mile distance on the tempos was an average pace of a 7:44 per mile pace. I did, however, stop maybe twice, right before or right after the 2-mile warm up, and then right in between the 2-mile tempo run. So I rested or walked for about 30 seconds just to try to regulate my breathing a little bit, and then I jumped back into it. But nonetheless, you know, still good stuff. Yeah, feeling good. Felt good this morning. I don't know if I slept wrong or whatever it was, but I have a huge pinched nerve. Luckily, it's not behind the shoulder blade, so it's not affecting my breathing, because I do get that often, but from like my trap all the way up the base of my neck, just behind the ear there. So my looking left isn't great. Looking right's not an issue. Down and up I can feel. So getting up this morning and choosing to go for the run, almost didn't go. It was a mental fight this morning to get up and just go for it. So we jumped into it and got it done. It didn't affect the run whatsoever. Once I got moving, I didn't even feel it, but it's just the turning motions and things like that that bother it. So hopefully a few more days. If not, I'm gonna have to go to the chiro and get them to rub it out, crack it out, whatever they gotta do. So yeah, last shift was brutal. So I ran the truck last shift. I'm running the truck again this shift. Switch up with scheduling, no more lieutenant on the truck. So now that means I bump up to running the truck until, you know, a crew leader or a lieutenant gets placed back on the truck. We had training in the morning, ate lunch, came off of training and lunch, from noon to like 5 o'clock, it was just back to back to back to back to back. I don't think we saw the station one time. Every time we cleared a call at the hospital, we jumped another one, and it was just repetitive. And yeah, got my fingers going again, having to type all the reports and get situated. Had a couple around dinner time, and then a couple at lunch or during the night, just like 1 or 2. But it still was nonetheless a solid 15 call day, and it's a lot. So yeah, that's where we're at. So kind of mentally preparing for that. We're gonna get the shift and get today going. Welcome back. What's going on? So it's been a day just as I thought it was going to be. Not an overall large number of calls so far, but the acuity of the calls has been a little bit more involved. Started the day with just an abdominal pain, went into a pediatric digestion of a foreign object, and then 2 higher acuity calls that we just had were a sepsis that didn't initially present as a sepsis, and then a stroke alert. So been a little bit more of an involved day, calls themselves taking a little bit longer, and the station's just hard to record at in general because of the busyness and then the foot traffic going in and out of the station at all times. So it's kind of where we're at. We're very much so looking forward to June 1st when we go into our next rotation, which I'll be moving to a west station every 4 months. Right now we do rotations, so I'll be moving out west, which tends to be a little bit slower of a station, being out east for the past 8 months or so. So good to get your hands on it, stay involved, and do all those things, because obviously if you're not running the calls, you're losing the skills that if you don't use it, you lose it, right? So staying on top of the IVs, running the calls, and doing those things, and it has its purpose, but it's nice to get a break and know that the break is coming. So I will also have a few days off at the end of the month. We'll see what we got for the rest of the day. Got my run in this morning, so not really trying to hit a workout for the rest of the day. The goal is to just knock out some client programming and get some editing done, because I'm very behind with all your vlogs and stuff like that, trying to catch up. So yeah, if you guys are interested in coaching, I still got a few spots left over. I had one guy drop out, family issues. So if you are interested, go ahead and shoot me a DM on Instagram at Paul Colson Coaching, or you can visit my website, www.paulcolsoncoaching.com. If you're unfamiliar, I have been a coach for years now, and online fitness coach now for the last year, just trying to, take more time at home, do less in-person stuff, and it allows me to reach more of you guys and actually give you guys more of a fully involved program where it's custom training, blocks, months at a time, nutrition, and weekly check-ins, accountability, habits, and all that good stuff. So stay tuned. We'll see what we got for the rest of the video. Another one down, and it's time for dinner time. We are at 7:20, so got a little bit of a break, probably a couple hours, and then got one now just at dinner time as usual. So clearing this out, and then hopefully we'll get back, have some time to eat, and then we'll see what the rest of the night holds. It started raining, so that could mean more accidents or not. So
tell me, baby, what's the way? Oh, what's the way? Tell me, baby, what's the way?
Oh, wow. All right, so just got back from yet another one. Yeah, today's been full of the high IQ calls. We had the sepsis, we had the stroke, we had the level 2, and then just a bunch of other ones sprinkled in. Just got back from a level 2. It was a fall with injuries, 65 and older on an Eliquis. So being that she was in that 65 and up range on the blood thinners, that dictates a level 2. She did have some you know, skin tears and some pain in arms and low back, but not super severe. Just the nature of the call and meeting criteria justified the level 2. So other than that, before that, we had an eventful call with a combative patient. That could have been a lot worse than what it was, but he ended up, you know, calming down and choosing to go with rescue rather than getting PD involved, which thankfully that's how that turned out, because it could have been a lot more messy, I guess. So it's now 11 o'clock. I am gonna attempt to take a shower, sit down. I still have to finish a few things for some client programming, and then see if I can get a few hours of sleep tonight. Fingers crossed. So I'll see you guys in the morning. What is up, guys? So I am in the midst of finishing the editing for this week's video and just realized that I never closed it out. It was a busy shift finishing out. We had a couple after midnight and just kind of rewatching the tapes, obviously all the high acuity calls and things like that that I discussed through the video. And then at nighttime, it was just like, I feel like every hour on the hour we popped up out of bed. So I got up in a haze and then just stumbled out, and that was a wrap. So yeah, now we're closing this thing out almost a week later. The goal is to put it up Wednesday, which is tomorrow, because my goal is going to be either Wednesday or Thursday drops going forward to see how that goes, see if it hits a little better with the algorithm and all that good stuff. And for you guys, so if that's kind of when you guys are popping online, it seems to be what, you know, other people are doing, let me know, because I'm trying to find a day that works for you guys and that kind of reaches more of you guys quicker. So yeah, I just got some interesting news. I applied to one of those Instagram, hey, tag a friend, follow this and that, for MyProteinUSA, who is the new sponsor for HYROX. And one of my friends is also, you know, working with them now. And she tagged me in it. So I did it to, you know, help her out and this and that. And while I'm editing the video, I get a message from MyProteinUSA on Instagram saying that, hey, you won the competition. Now you have free tickets to HYROX New York City. So that I haven't really been on my game with training, and I've maybe done a couple 5 and 6 mile runs once or twice a week for the past 2 to 3 weeks, and haven't really touched my training as far as the HYROX specific stuff. I'm faced with the decision of whether I want to run it or pass up on the opportunity. And it just doesn't seem like an opportunity that's worth passing up. So I'm gonna leave this up to you guys, since I'm gonna try to post this on Wednesday, and I probably have to give a decision within the next 24 to 48 hours. And we'll see what you guys think. Should I run it? I'm thinking about doing maybe a full send and just going for the pro division, single or solo pro men's division, and just kind of running my race, you know, just kind of not gonna go into it with any sort of a time frame. Obviously I haven't been training to my fullest on it, so I'm just gonna go out there if I do it and just run my race and have fun with it, and, you know, record the process of my week and a half prep leading up to it. So let me know what you guys think. Yeah. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, you know, like, subscribe, comment if you're looking for that supplement plug to save you guys 10%. Transparent Labs, use code Colson for that, and I'll save you a little bit of money there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this news, and I hope to see you guys next week.
I found myself picking peas.